There was a quote in this Sports Illustrated article, this profile on David Griffin. David Griffin used to be the GM with the Cavaliers. He's now with the Pelicans. And he talks about a variety of things, dealing with LeBron. He said that everything we did was so inorganic and unsustainable. He's talking about in Cleveland. Frankly, not fun. I was miserable. Literally, the moment we won the championship, I knew I was going to leave. There was no way I was going to stay for any amount of money. David Griffin goes on to say, the reason is LeBron is getting all the credit and none of the blame, and that's not fun for people, Griffin says. They don't like being part of that world. Griffin and a person close to LeBron James did speak after the Sports Illustrated story was published, and Griffin expressed some context was missing behind his comments. LeBron James's camp encouraged Griffin to clear up his stance on the record. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'd like to know what context he's talking about. Here's the thing that stood out in this interview. David Griffin says there wasn't a lot else for him, LeBron James, in Cleveland. I don't think he's the same animal anymore about winning. That quote stood out. Because we can talk about him being a diva. We can talk about him being tough. I don't have any sympathy for David Griffin when it comes to you're the GM of a team that's going to go to the NBA Finals, 8 consecutive times? Like, oh, woe is me. I got to try to build a winner here every single year. Isn't that your job? And LeBron, I'm sure, is difficult to deal with. Kobe was difficult to deal with. Jordan, difficult to deal with. It happens. It's not just LeBron. But, LeBron is going to get the spotlight here, and he's going to get the criticism. But, David Griffin, there's no boo-hoo moment for me when I see a GM who has to, you're not building anything. It's called reloading. And David Griffin should understand that. You're in Ohio. Ohio State does this every single year. I don't know if, Urban Meyer said, oh, my God, they expect me to, compete for championships each year. Nick Saban, the same thing. Dabo Swinney with Clemson. Oh, I got to try to win again. LeBron gets all the credit. Yeah, he's a pretty big figure, pretty powerful figure. Not many people are going to. Just ask Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse won the title as Toronto's coach. You never hear his name. It's Kawhi Leonard won an NBA title. Nick Nurse? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was the coach. You got people who probably think Dwayne Casey's still coaching there. David Griffin didn't get credit. All right, you got a young team. That team can grow. Then you're gonna be able to raise them in New Orleans. No, good for you. Cleveland wasn't for you, then you should have left. And you know what? You probably got the job in New Orleans because of Cleveland and LeBron James, at least partially. But the LeBron is not about winning. He's not the same animal. That's the thing that really stood out. And maybe that's the case. Maybe winning is down the priority list. He wants to own a team. I think he wants to play until his son comes in the league. I think those are important things.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.